So I'm from a place called Malvern,
Okay.
which is in the West Midlands.
Nice.
It's very hilly.
Yeah.
Not much happens there at all.
Sam Isaac happens there.
Sam Isaac happens there. And so I grew up there and I was kind of in bands and I started writing songs when I was about 10 years old.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Just you and the guitar?
Yeah, and then I kind of got into bands when I was about 11 or 12.
And what sort of thing are we saying?
It was just bad rock.
Yeah. What were the big influences that sort of kick-started your career then?
I mean, I grew up listening to the Beatles. My dad bought me so many tapes of the Beatles, and I just always listened to them when I was growing up. And then I think that kind of really instilled in me kind of songwriting was really important.
Yeah.
And kind of, to be honest, like I kind of write in quite a nostalgic way. So I don't find London very inspiring for me personally.
Oh, really?
And I often write songs. I kind of like transport myself like 3
Somewhere
years ago, like
Yeah.
when I lived in Malvern, and kind of write songs about that. Or I spent some time in Canada, and it was quite a big thing for me, kind of like really going away, well, to the other side of the world.
Yeah.
And
I want to live in a house surrounded by snow and birds and wood and stars, and all along the front of the stage there'll be fairy lights as bright as any city night. I was lost in the night time. How am I a stranger to you when we're friends? I'm young and I made awful mistakes. You are older and you do the same. Dashboard staying cold. I'm so scared of the truth and automatic doors. I'm proud of this map I've drawn. These paper lines with red pins on, and we're gonna tell it just how it is. We're not comfortable, we're unhappy here. I was lost in the night time. How am I a stranger to you when we're friends? I'm young and I made awful mistakes. You are older and you do the same. You do the same.
as soon as I realised that I could go on tour and play to people, I kind of just started making it happen myself, and kind of got people to help me doing artwork, or kind of going on tour with other bands that I knew, or kind of getting my friends to record me and getting kind of friends labels to put me out. And so it's always a really kind of collaborative thing, you know. And even like in my band at the moment, like one of the guys manages the tours and one of the guys drums. I'm not sure I'm part of any kind of musical scene in a kind of. I don't.
You're your own scene.
I don't know.
Sam Isaac scene.
I listen to a lot of kind of Canadian and North American bands like Stars or Matt Pond PA or the Deers, and kind of I'm not sure they're massively relevant. You know that they don't fit in with what's going on in the UK now. So I mean, those are the bands that influence me, and I'm trying to kind of do some kind of. I mean, I'm trying to play kind of like considered, kind of meaningful indie pop.
Yeah. Tonight you're playing a song with Hugh Cornwell. Which song is it you were doing with him?
We're playing a song called Lay Back on Me, Pal.
Nice. Is that Stranglers' tune?
It's not. I think it's off his solo album from 2001.
Nice. And have you done your own sort of version of that? Have you reworked it yourselves?
We've actually gone for a balls to the wall straight ahead version of his song. We've
Yeah.
kind of, with our lineup, we've kind of got everything to kind of make that song happen. There's kind of like a string part, and we've got a cello player, and kind of we've got piano and stuff like that. So yeah, we've kind of gone for a just straight ahead, kind of pretty rocky version.
Now listen to what he'd done, and he's like a singer-songwriter with an acoustic guitar playing these interesting songs, and that song's quite introspective. It's about a guy looking in the mirror, basically.
I met a man without a face, but knowledge of the human race. He smelt and felt and dealt with grace, stupid enough to think that he'd seen it all.
I saw his eyes as he saw mine, an optimism quite sublime. He furnished words to touch your heart, at least it seemed at the very start.
Lay back on me, pal, I'm here. You won't have nothing to fear. Lay back on me, pal.
Lay back on me, pal, I'm here. Lay back on me, pal, I'm here.
I thought I'd seen that face before, tapping on a creaking door. I'd let him in times of war, to take my mind of senseless misery.
And as the recognition hit, much shots I'd seen began to fit. I said to him, you worthless shit. He laughed and cried in a soliloquy. Lay back on me, pal, I'm here. You won't have nothing to fear. Lay back on me, pal. Lay back on me, pal, I'm here. Lay back on me, pal, I'm here.
I've never heard it like that. We were originally going to do it with just the cello player and him and me, but they've had time to work on it. And because I've only ever played it acoustically on acoustic shows. And one of my favourite songs I've written, and quite proud of it. And they've done a great version, so I'm very pleased with that.
Good night,
Thank you very much. Thank you.